Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is the results of our group for the final test and discussing about cross-cultural communication barrier in workplace. This is the name of our member groups. First, Angella Cahya Ismono. Second, Putri Endah Karunia. And third, Wardatuz Zahroh. And this is main point of our content. Number 1, the problems that we will face in workplace. Number 2, the solution. Number 3, our opinion toward issue subject. And number 4, our suggestion for the subject better. Point number 1, the problems that we will face in workplace. 1. Lack of confidence. Lack of confidence is a major problem faced by many in workplaces. This problem is prevalent among all employees at all levels. Lacking confidence is a great communication barrier and is present in many forms like shyness, awkwardness, discomfort, and so on. It not only affects the overall collaboration of company, but it can also suppress employees to ask for their rights and give opinions. 2. Stereotypes and generalization. Stereotypes and generalizations are often harmful as it can evoke accurate perception. When you relate people with stereotypes, you might not get their clear view, which can be very worthy. Make sure you don't hold on to preconceptions because what you are assuming can only be one part of their personality or might not exist at all. 3. Body language. Sometimes your body language doesn't coordinate with what you are actually speaking and give sorts of mixed signals to listeners. Body language or gestures can be a huge barrier to effective communication as they lack clarity if not used appropriately. Your verbal and nonverbal communication must align, otherwise they pose a communication barrier. 4. Dishonesty. It can prove to be a big communication barrier because once people discover that someone is not honest about what he says, it is likely that no one would listen to him even if he is being honest. This can become a problem in all cases, and this barrier can be overcome by stressing on the importance of honesty and making it a core value at your business. Still, there is no way to completely diminish it, however. Dishonesty is companies matters must face disciplinary actions.
Language barriers. When someone's primary language differs from your own, you may have trouble understanding one another. Idiomatic phrases or expression, where the actual meaning differs from what it literally says, don't translate well among language and cause misunderstandings. Having a multicultural and multilingual work culture is extremely beneficial, but it's necessary to be mindful of communication difficulties. Cultural differences. Cultures form the foundation of how we view the world and dictate much of our behavior and mannerisms. Because the guiding principles of culture vary, they create cultural barriers that can impede people from understanding one another. The different connotation of these behaviors can create conflicts among coworkers if not recognized. Different communication styles. Professionals communicate differently based on individual needs, strengths, and backgrounds. One individual may be very direct and concise in their verbiage, while another needs time to get their message across and prefers to provide many details. Some people rely on visual stimulus and gestures, while others are keen on the use of tone and facial expression. These variants can create communication obstacles when people with diverse communication styles are unaware and don't recognize the needs of the other party. Disinterest. Your ability to break down information relies on how active you are in receiving information. Being distracted by a text message, engaged in a side conversation during a presentation, or answering a call while in a meeting distracts your attention and impedes your ability to pick up on nonverbal cues, possibly causing you to miss valuable information. Giving others your undivided attention is a sign of respect, is conducive to building trust in the workplace, and establishes your high level of professionalism. Second, the solution. The solution. First, be fully present. Withhold any assumptions about the information being shared with you as you listen. Listen attentively and wait until later to provide feedback. Second, be specific. Share pertinent details succinctly to make information easy to understand and remember. Be concise and give others the opportunity to ask clarifying questions to make the exchange of information dynamic. Third, be confident. Work on eliminating words like like, and phrases such as I think that. Use properly timed pauses when talking to give yourself an opportunity to collect your thoughts. Your voice should be optimistic, and language should vary in speed to reflect enthusiasm. Fourth, mirror others. Maintain eye contact. Keep your electronic device far away. Mirroring someone else's body language, such as laughing when they laugh, smiling in response to a grin, or using similar hand gestures, shows empathy, a skill crucial to building rapport among coworkers. Fifth, encourage questions. Be inviting and prompt others you communicate with consistently to ask questions. This helps you see different perspectives and can lead to the understanding and discovery of ways to avoid communication pitfalls in the future. 6. Wait for your turn to talk. The strongest communicators spend more time listening than they do speaking. Absorb the information completely before responding and repeat or summarize the major points made by others. Third, our opinion toward cross-cultural understanding subject.
Okay, for this part shows our opinion. Cross-cultural understanding means learning to value other cultures and respect their views. This comes when people move from thinking that different means wrong to think that there might be another way, to being tolerant and accepting. And also, cross-cultural communication requires a knowledge of how culturally different people groups communicate with each other. The study of other language helps us to understand what people and societies have in common. And it has profound implication in developing a critical awareness of social relationships. Okay, let's move to the next is our suggestion for the subjects better. We really hope that in this course, lecturers and students are able to communicate well so that we can create a fun learning. We also suggest that lecturers and students are able to help make the learning more alive and interesting. And this can be created with a good communication with each other.
We just want to say, in other words, every meeting can replace the media study that usually from watching film to other interesting innovations, so that all of the students are enthusiastic for participating in this course. Nah, this is our last part is conclusion. Communication may break down as a result of many communication barriers that may be attributed to the sender or receiver. Therefore, effective communication requires familiarity with the barriers. When communication occurs in the cross-cultural context, extracurriculation is needed, given that different cultures have different norms regarding nonverbal communication and different words will be interpreted differently across cultures. The difficulties of communication between the employees and managers will happen during very trying times. Being able to resolve these barriers at the workplace will make a difference in the lives of the entire organization. A skilled manager will have the technical know how to help resolve any barrier to communication issues in the workplace that are necessary for the morale of the company. We think that's all about our material. Thank you for your kind attention and goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.